Hello students, today we will read about a story named The Lost Child written by Mulk Raj Anand, an Indian English writer who was born on 12th December 1905 and died on 28th September 2004. He was awarded with many awards like Sahitya Academy Award and Padma Bhushan. So some of his notable works include Untouchable, Woolly, Two Lips and a Bird and Across the Black Water. So the story is about a child who goes to a fair with his parents. He is very happy and excited by seeing different kinds of things like sweets, toys, balloons, and and he wanted to buy all those things, but his parents denied to buy all these things for him. But in the middle of the story, he is lost in the fair, and he started crying, and someone tries to help him, someone tries to console him, and he also, that stranger also tries to give all those things he wanted from the fair. But let's see whether he accept all those things from the stranger or not. So let's read the story so that we'll come to know that what has happened in the story. So it was a festival of spring. From the wintry sets of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with his life and laughter. So now everyone is ready to attend the festival, the fair. So, and the child also, the small child also, he is ready. Now he is going to attend the fair, to visit the fair with his parents, and he was running between his father's legs, and he is very happy, and brimming over means he is very filled with happiness, and he is ready to go to the fair. So come child come, called his parents as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. So now they are on the way to the fair. So he hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call. So when the child is lagging behind, so he was called by his parents because he was getting attracted towards the toys, and his feet obedient to their call. Their parents, whenever his parents used to call him, he also followed his parents. His eyes still lingering on the receding toys, but his eyes are still on the toys he wanted to buy. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart. So what is the desire of the child's heart? To buy all those things, toys, sweets, like all these things. I want that toy, he pleaded. So he requested his father to buy that, to get the toy. So his father denied, looked at him red-eyed. Red-eyed means that this is the father is denying to give him the toy. So in his familiar tyrant's way, his mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender and giving him her finger to hold, and look child, that is before you. What is before you? Father denied. So mother is trying to change the mood of the child, and she was just calling her child to go forward, to move forward. It was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold, as it swept across miles and miles of even land. So now they have to cross the mustard field. A group of dragonflies. Now this is the scenery that when they were passing the mustard field, a group of dragonflies were bustling about on their bodies. So what these things? What are the things they saw on their way? So group of dragonflies. The child followed them in the air with his gaze, till one of them would steal its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it. And he started to, by seeing the dragonflies, the child gets attracted towards the dragonfly, and he wanted to catch them, but it would go flapping up into the air. When he had almost caught it in his hands, then his mother gave a cautionary call. As you know that wherever if you go somewhere else, then you will be called by your parents. So mother gave a cautionary call, come child come onto the footpath. So he ran towards his parents, and walked abreast of them for a while, being however soon left behind, attracted by the little insects. Next, he was attracted by seeing by some insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out. Teeming means large number, out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. So while going to the fair, on the way he saw so many things. First he saw the toy, and first he saw some dragonflies. He followed the dragonflies to catch them. Then he saw some worms and insects. Then come child come, his parents called from the shade of a group where they had seated themselves on the edge of a wall. He ran towards them. So parents got exhausted, so they wanted to take rest, and they sat on the edge of a well. Then a shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the group. Then they entered to a group, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. So when they entered the group, he saw some petals, and he started collecting the petals. He heard the cooing of dove and ran towards his parents, shouting, "The dove, dove!" So at that time, at the time of collecting petals, he also heard the cooing sound of dove, and he informed his parents that doves are here. The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. So again he got attracted towards the dove, and he he forgot to collect the petals. Come child come. See children, how these words are repeated. Come child come. So this shows that how much parents love their children. So they called to the child, who had now gone running in wild capers around the banyan tree, and gathering him up, they looked the narrow winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard field. So as they neared the village, the child could see. So when they just reached to the fair, the child could see many other footpaths full of throngs. Throngs means crowd, conversing to the willful of the fair, and felt at once repelled and fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. So now the fair was a confusing world for the child, because before he had never seen this type of crowd and people all together at a time in a one place. So it was a different kind of a world for the child. So now you'll find that what the child sees in the fair from the beginning to the end. So first, what did the child see? A sweet meat seller hawked gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi at the corner of the entrance. And when he heard and he saw the different kinds of sweets, he got attracted, and his mouth watered for the barfi, because barfi was his favorite sweet. "I want that barfi," he slowly murmured, because he knew that his father will not allow him to get that barfi. But he half knew that he begged that his plea would not be heeded, will not be fulfilled by his father. So then he went away. Then next, what did he see? A flower seller hawked a garland of gulmohar. The child seemed irresistibly drawn. He went towards the basket where the flowers lay heaped, and half murmured that I want that garland, the garland of gulmohar. So what did the child see first? First he saw sweets. Then secondly he saw that a garland of gulmohar. Then third, what did the child see? A man stood holding a pole with yellow, red, green and purple balloons. So thirdly, the child saw different kinds of colorful balloons. The child was simply carried away by the rainbow glory of their silken colors, and he was filled with an overwhelm. He got attracted towards the balloons, and he wanted to have all those balloons. But he knew that his desire will not be fulfilled, so he walked on further. So next, fourth, what did he see? A snake charmer stood playing a flute to a snake which coiled itself in a basket. So he saw a snake charmer who had kept a snake in a basket. Its head raised in a graceful bend like a neck of a swan. So he was showing that just like a magic show to the crowd. snake charmer, how he was playing with the snake. The child went towards the snake charmer, but knowing his parents had forbidden him to hear such coarse music as the snake charmer played, he proceeded farther. Then next, what did he see? There was a roundabout in full swing. Roundabout, that is merry-go-round. Men, women and children are carried away in a wheeling motion. That you know that a merry-go-round wheeling motion, shrieked and cried with dizzy laughter. Dizzy means confused laughter. The child watched them intently and then he made a bold request. I want to go on the roundabout. Please father, please mother. So finally he was unable to suppress his desire. So he requested his parents that he wanted to sit in that roundabout or merry-go-round. But there was no reply. So when he his last the desire, he cannot keep his desire in his heart. See, and he wanted to request his parents. So when he tried to find out them, so he found that he is lost in the prayer. He turned to look at his father. Parents, they were not there ahead of him. He turned to look either side. He looked both the side, left side, right side, backward, forward, but he did not find his parents. So a full deep cry rose within. So he started crying a lot. He started sobbing, crying. So the cry rose within his dry throat, and with a sudden jerk of his body, he ran from where he stood, crying in real fear. So when he did not find his parents, he started running here and there. He started finding here and there. So having run to and fro here and there, from to and fro in a large of running for a while, he stood defeated. Defeated means he did not find his parents, and his cries suppressed into sobs. And at little distances on the green grass, he could see through his filmy eyes men and women talking. He tried to look intently among the patches, the bright yellow cloths, but there was no sign of his father. So he saw a crowd. He tried to find out whether his parents might be there, but he did not find his parents. He ran quickly again, this time to a stream to which people seemed to be crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested with men, but he ran through people's legs. So he found a large crowd there in the fair. So he wanted to enter to the inside the crowd, but he was unable. So what did he do? So he every little inch of space here was congested with men, but he ran through people's legs and his little sob lingering, mother, father. So he tried to push himself inside the crowd with crying. The crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other. There was a crowd and they were pushing each other. Jostle means that pushing each other. Heavy men with flashing murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. Hefty means heavy shoulders. The poor child, small child, struggled to thrust a way between their feet, but knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. So the small child, how he was trying to thrust himself in the crowd, and he was hot there, but the child struggled to thrust a way between their feet, but he knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. He might have been trampled, crossed under the foot, but had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, father and mother, a man in the surging crowd heard his cry. So there was a man who heard the cry of this child, and he came near the child and asked that stooping with great difficulty lifted him up. So that stranger, he understood that this child is lost, and he lifted the child from that crowd. And how did you get here, child? He asked. The stranger asked the child that how did you get here, and whose baby are you? The man asked as he steered clear of the mass. The child wept more bitterly than ever now and only cried, I want my mother, I want my father. So when the stranger asked him that whose baby are you, then he cried more, and he was only asking for his mother and father. The man tried to soothe him. He tried to console him by taking him to the roundabout. So here you see, children, this stranger offers everything the child wanted in the beginning, or in the beginning of the affair. But they see what happened. The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. Will you have a ride on the horse? He gently asked as he approaching the ring. The child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs, and he only shouted, "I want my mother, I want my father." Means the child is not happy and not excited to sit in the roundabout, because he only wanted his mother and his father. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute. So again the man took the child to bring a change in the mind of the child. So he went to the snake charmer to show that how the snake charmer is playing with the snake. So listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded. But the child also now also the child denied that he doesn't want to listen the music of the snake charmer, or doesn't want to see how the snake is playing. I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him near the balloons. That previously how initially he wanted is different colorful balloons. So the stranger also took the child to give him some balloons, thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child. So, but would you like a rainbow colored balloon? He persuasively asked. The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons. The child did not look at the colorful balloons, but initially how he was attracted towards the balloon, and he wanted the balloons. But now he is not at all interested towards the balloons, and he did not look at the balloons also. So I want my mother, I want my father. Then what happened? The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put around your neck? So the stranger, in order to change the child's mood, he wanted to give some flowers to the child. But the child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated a soap, I want my mother, I want my father. He again cried that I want my father, I want my mother. Means he is denying to get all those things. So thinking to humor this disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets. So finally the stranger thought to give some food, at least to give some sweets, so that my child's mind can change. So he went to the sweet seller, and the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. What sweets would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. So see, as you know that which sweet was his favorite? Barfi. So he did not look at the sweets also, and because initially he wanted the barfi, because barfi was his favorite sweet. But when he was offered by the stranger to eat barfi, but he did not look at the sweet stall at all, and he said, I want my mother and I want my father. So see, children, so when our parents are with us, we don't understand the value of our parents. So, and when they are out of our sight, then only we realize that how much they value to us. So this thing has happened with the child. When the parents were with him, he was enjoying, he was very happy, he was excited to get everything. But when he is lost and he did not find his parents, so and when he did not find his parents, he lost everything. Even he did not want all those things he wanted in the beginning, he did not look at them also. So we should know that what is the value of our parents in our life. So hope, children, you all understood this beautiful and informative story. Thank you, children.